And now we head to the Moshood Abiola Stadium in the nation's capital, Abuja, where the People's Democratic Party National Convention for the year 2026 is holding. And to join us is our correspondent, Malpe Ogun Yusuf, for more.
Very much, Anne. It's good to see you. Well, right here in the studios, we have with us the national leader of the People's Democratic Party, His Excellency Wike. Your Excellency, it's good to see you. It's been a lot of energy right here in the velodrome. I'm sure that you have been very excited about the coordination of this convention so far.
Very much excited, very much happy, and I give God the glory that today has come. And what we have expected, what we've prayed to God, God has answered our prayers.
Well, I do recall that 4 years ago, the last time we were in this velodrome, you left here a little sad, if I must say. And some people would say that perhaps that was when the troubles of the party began. How would you say the events of tonight are correcting the memories that happened 4 years ago when you ran as a presidential nominee aspirant for the People's Democratic Party right here in this velodrome?
Thank you, Mohamed. You see, God knows why things happen this way. This was the venue that Atiku Abubakar, David Bag, and Midi Waziri Tabo and Co. laid the foundation of the burial of PDP. Unknown to us that they have other reasons. They did not want PDP to survive. But I thank God that God has said, man proposes and God disposes. It was this venue that impunity was shown. Remember, our constitution of the party, particularly section 7C, did say that every position, be it elective or appointive, shall be zoned to the various regions. The founding fathers of the party knew why that was so. Nigeria is a complex society. Nigeria is a society based on several ethnic groups, religion, and so what. And so they had this in mind, that if you want the unity of this country, the unity of this party, then we should zone things. And that was what we preached. I would say, look, taking into cognizance that, look, the person who was at the saddle of power then was President Muhammadu Buhari, and who was finishing his 8 years. Of course, common sense dictated that the next president should come from the south. I would say, look, this is what we should do. There's no need. Let them not zone anything yet till after the emergence of National Party chairman. We say, look, the National Party chairman should go to the north, while the presidency should be zoned to the south. They refused. Unknown to us that they had a hidden agenda. And then we brought in Dr. Yocha Ayu, who we never knew was so corrupt, so corrupt. I've said it time and number, and up to now, he had never sued me. Now, even when they called all the aspirants to address the delegates, we did. And they said, we're entering the electoral process. That means voting will start. The next thing we had, that there will be an announcement. What was the announcement? Amir Waziri Tabo has something to say. We all watched and said, okay, what was he going to say? He said he's no longer interested. Fine. But they gave him another room to campaign. He now said, vote for my senior brother, Atiku Abubakar. When other people have spoken with him, and you do not think necessary that you can call the other aspirants again, if they had anything to say, based on the fact that an aspirant who has spoken has come back now to say that such a candidate should not be supported, which was a campaign, when campaign had already stopped. That was manipulation, and we allowed it. Thereafter, I was okay, let the national chairman come back to the south so that there will be a balancing. Of course, impunity, being what they had already lived in life, they said no. And then we said, well, we'll continue to maintain that the presidency must come to the south. And that was what led to the crisis of PDP. they started again and said, zone this presidency to the south. They said there's no need to do it, but later they agreed.
Your Excellency, the question is going to be, how do you hope that the events of tonight will not only correct or will heal the memories of 4 years ago, but also pull your party together ahead of the 2027 elections?
That's what I've said here, that we have started the healing. We started to talk about the unity. Look at those who came for the convention today. Be honest. Look at the organization. It tells you people who are not serious. It tells you people who have made up their mind. Yes, we have made a mistake. Now we want to correct our mistakes. And in correcting that mistake, it starts with this convention. Let us see how able you are to be able to organize a credible, very coordinated convention. Now, having succeeded in that, we believe that now we have National Working Committee. They will go back to the dining table and come up with a timetable that will continue to heal the party. It's not going to be a 2-hour thing. It's not going to be a 1-month affair. But once you are committed, you believe in PDP, we will attain that.
Your Excellency, Wike, thank you for speaking with us on the News at 10.
Thank you very much.
It's back now to you, Anne, for the rest of the News at 10.